can you please look up this site?
See if we can figure out something.
So, Mr. Orsak, I see you're there. Can you hear me and see me and all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And can hear and see Mr. Staten?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Orsak, Mr. Staten, everybody can see each other, right? Okay.
Yes.
And who's interrupting? So, Steve, you're just going to jump on Steve and mute him when you can. All right. So this is case 37284. And we're here at small claims, ready for trial. So, Mr. Orsak, again, let me be sure, you all were here earlier in May, and I hope everybody's ready. But, Mr. Orsak, you're ready to bring your case forward?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're not going to say, oh, wait, I needed to bring that witness, or I needed to get this document or something. You're ready to go to trial today, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good to hear. And then Mr. Staten, the same question. You're ready to defend against this suit today?
Yes, Your Honor.
You got all the information and all the statements and, here with you, not to go find somewhere? Okay, all right, because today's the day, not tomorrow. So you'll notice me looking back and forth to these screens. Our files are electronic now, and so I'm opening them. And I have a screen here and a screen there to see Mr. Orsak. And so I'm listening. I may be looking at something over here that you filed or one of you filed as we go. But let me get that file open here and get the exhibits out. Yep. Okay. So another question I see only. Make sure I got this right. All right, let me put you all under oath and then we can get going. Mr. Orsak, there in Zoom, why don't you raise your right hand with me? Mr. Orsak, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right.
Yes.
Mr. Staten, thank you. Why don't you raise your hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Staten. So I see a lot of information from the plaintiffs here, and I see you've got a big file in front of you, Mr. Staten. Nothing's in the court file that the court could have reviewed beforehand. Are you going to be referring to things in that file?
It depends. I'm not even sure why I'm here, other than I know I moved a fence.
Okay, I thought you all talked about this in Dispute Resolution Center with them.
No, ma'am.
Well, then.
I know it says on the court papers, personal property.
Well, slow down. Did you or did you not, Mr. Staten, talk with the mediators before? No. Oh, well, then we're going to give you all a chance to do that.
Oh, they did, but I went in there and I decided to bring it to court.
No, you're going to talk. You're going to take some time, and that will help you clarify what this is all about, too.
Like I said, Your Honor,
I'm going to take a break and give you a chance, but that'll at least help you clarify. You're telling me you don't even know what it's about.
Well, I do, according to these court papers.
I'm not going to have a trial right now. I just want to give you all a chance to talk and figure that out.
I honestly
give it a shot. It doesn't hurt you.
I already tried. And I don't
When did you try?
I do not want to do that.
With Dispute Resolution Center?
I do not want
to. With a mediator? Why not? Tell me why not.
This is not true. None of this stuff, other than a damaged offense, is the only thing that I'm liable for.
All right. I really want you to find out what your issues are, and then you'll hone them down and come back to trial, and we'll know what everyone's talking about. The other thing, too, I'm worried is that
I do not.
Mr. Staten, I'm also worried that you got a lot of information there, and you probably think that's important.
No, all I got's receipts.
Okay. They're probably important to defend your case, or not, or because whatever you have there, we have to make sure that Mr. Orsak knows what it is, and the court needs to have an opportunity to look at it. So
I'm just going to sit in there and stare at the screen. I'm not discussing this. I want to go to trial.
So how old are you, Mr. Staten?
63.
All right, you're not 12. You've done a lot of things in life. I bet you've solved a few things
I
by
disagree
talking to
with what I'm
people.
being sued
Right,
for.
yeah, everybody disagrees with
And
what
I'm
they're
not
being
gonna
sued
settle it
for.
with mediator. because
never know.
I'm not agreeing to $8,000 I don't have.
You're not, that's not what happens in dispute resolution.
Well, I'm not doing it.
Well,
I'm
that's
sorry,
not what
ma'am.
happens.
I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Why are you sorry? Do you wish you could? Have you settled things before with talking to other folks
No,
in your life? You've never done that, ever. You've never settled a dispute by talking to folks. So, all right, Mr. Orsak, you need to unmute. I can't hear you. Mr. Orsak?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, we're, so I guess we'll go to trial. I'm sorry that folks don't want to take their own opportunity to figure this out. But that's an aside now, that's done. So we put you under oath. Again, so Mr. Staten, if there's information that you have there that you want the court to look at, how you got to make sure that it's available to Mr. Orsak too. Is it receipts maybe that you got from him or sent to him?
No, ma'am, the receipts, I believe this is pertaining to some firewood that we purchased. My roommate, myself has purchased, and it's receipts for repairs on chainsaw, wear and tear on tractor, splitter, and firewood that me and my roommate had purchased that came onto our property that Mr. Orsak claims that he entitled to any money from this firewood.
So it's proof of your ownership.
Well, it's receipts for gas, repairs on chainsaws.
How many receipts do you think you got there?
Probably 15 or 20. I bought a part for our
and
tractor.
Is that all that you're going to want? I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to see.
They're gas receipts, diesel receipts, repairs on chainsaw.
So maybe we can work with that with Mr. Orsak on Zoom. And I can.
They're just receipts I've been documenting on what I've put into this firewood that was on my property.
I'm getting it.
That me and my roommate purchased. And
I'm just trying to figure out what the exhibits might be because I have a boatload of exhibits here from the plaintiff, and I would hope that you took the time. Not a boatload, but there's a lot.
I've got not a dime of him for any expenses.
Slow down. Did you take the time to look at the court file and look at or did you get a copy of all these exhibits from Mr. Orsak as well? It's long. It's 19 pages with pictures. Did you take that time? Has a table of contents. Let's see, a table of contents with that. Let's make sure what you got here.
Restraining order one.
Well, that's different. I'm not interested in the restraining order. Okay, well, that's all protection order stuff. What I'm wondering is about the small claims. Did you get 19 pages with a table of contents?
No.
Okay,
I mean,
So it's actually 0.3, right?
that's maybe what it is.
There's no pictures. It's got 3 boxes of checked.
Yeah. All right, so let me get that back to you. Continue answering necessary. So looks like Mr. Orsak, did you ever get information? I mean, all this information to Mr. Staten that you filed with the court?
It was my understanding that what I'd submitted to the court is put into his phone record that he can pull this up and see it for himself, the same as I've been checking daily to see what evidence he has been maybe or maybe not been putting in, and I have not seen nothing come from his side.
Did you file this? Did you file it twice, or there are 2 sets of documents here?
There was when we got the extension for this court date, it gave more time. I've submitted some more evidence. It brought it up to 24 pages actually, and they were submitted to the clerk, and he said he would get those into you.
Well, they're here, and from April 25th and July 1st. There's a lot of information here with pictures, 26 pages worth of information and statements. Mr. Staten, did you go online? Did you?
I don't do computers or Zoom. That's why I rescheduled the court date when I was out of state.
All the more reason for you to work with Dispute Resolution Center and figure out what's going on, and maybe that'll help you frame your claim and come to trial more prepared. So that's my worry, is that there's a lot of information here. We've already set this over. Yeah, and you could have come to the court as well to get that information, since you don't do computers. I don't want you sitting there going, what are they, what's all this about?
I just want this
And
done and
also
over
Mr.
with.
Orsak. Well, another way to do it, I'm gonna have to set this over and have you, Mr. Staten, access these 26 pages of information and statements and photos, and then whatever you've got, let's
Is there a
get
way to
that
have it
into the
sent to
court
me? Because
file.
I have no computer skills.
You can stop at do we have anybody at the civil department right now to have him get copies of that, since he doesn't have computer access?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
have this.
okay. So we got someone over in the civil counter across the hall, and you can get that today.
Where's that at?
It's just across the hall here. It's in this building. It's the civil department. You just go out in the lobby and there's a door that's civil department. It's right there, and then
To
you,
the left?
yeah, take a left. Don't leave. Go over that way. And lots of people will help you figure that out. So then you can ask, all the petitioners or Mr. Orsak's information. Now you have information too that you think is persuasive. It's going to be good for the court to see that. It's going to be imperative for Mr. Orsak to see that. Is there a way we can get copies from you so you have what you need? You get copies into the court so that Mr. Orsak can go into the court file and look at what you are going to show the court?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got to make copies of that. The court, if we did copies for everyone, we would break the budget of the court. We already don't have any resources. So I'm going to ask you to make that happen and get that into the court, however you want to do it. Get hard copies.
I guess these receipts are more so for my record of knowing what I spent into this. So as far as submitting them to court, it probably is not going to make much difference anyways.
Well, if you talk about it in your trial, you're going to have to, it's going to be something important to see. So take the time to just get it copied, get it into the court, and you can mail it into the court. You can walk
There's
it
no
into
way
the
to just
court.
settle this today.
Well, you could talk with Dispute Resolution Center and see if that's a good way, but to reset this for trial and everyone to be ready, we're gonna have to reset.
I'm ready to
the
go.
date.
I want it.
Court's not ready, and I'm not gonna take a case when one side who's being sued has no information about it. It's not fair, and I have to see that procedural fairness is done, and that's not fair. And it's nobody's fault, but you don't have access to computers, and some people don't, so we're gonna help make sure that you can have this happen without the worry about a computer. So,
I've just been stressed about this whole
Yeah,
thing
I bet
for
you
months
are.
and months and months. And I
Yeah.
want it done. I want to be left alone. I want it
Well,
done.
I understand that, but I also
Whatever the
have,
result is, I don't care. I want it done.
we're gonna set this to another day. You're gonna go across the hall and get that information that Mr. Orsak's filed against you. If you want the court to consider something, just make some quick copies and get it into the court. We'll put it in the court file for Mr.
I'm not even
Orsak.
gonna worry about it.
Well, we'll set a court date real quick here, and you can make that decision along the way. But we want to help you with this, but I also don't want you to get, railroaded and all of a sudden things are being said and submitted that you're like, what? Can't have that happen to you. So we're looking at
Nothing new.
August. So August 23rd, it's a Friday morning, it'd be the top of the calendar. August 23rd, Mr. Orsak, Mr. Staten, Friday morning.
Your Honor, I appreciate your position in here and stuff. This is extension after extension and stuff. And
How's August 23rd for you, Mr. Orsak? Is it good or bad?
actually, I'm out of state, but we can go on Zoom. I don't see where it's going to interfere with me appearing in court.
Okay, if that's good. And then August 23rd, do you need written notice or are you good with just writing
Written
it
notice,
down?
please.
Okay, we can do that. August 23rd. And then we'll get going with your trial there. And like I said, stop at the civil counter and get all that information so you know what he's saying.
Out and left
Yeah.
those double doors.
Just go out right into the lobby here.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then there's big
it's not the
bell.
clerk's office.
Yeah, just go to the clerk's office. They'll tell you, and they'll get someone there to help you. But hang on a
And I
second, let us get the written notice for you.
Ask them for what?
What Mr. Orsack filed. What did he file? Yeah, and then you'll know, because it's a lot of information. I think you'd be surprised. All right, so we're just gonna set August 23rd to Mr. Orsack, just be back on Zoom. 8:30, and we'll get going with that then. And that's it
8:30
for today.
AM on 8:30
August
AM on August 23rd.
August 23rd. See you then.
Okay, do you know if it'll be you again on that date?
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay.
One of the
thank you very
judges.
much. You have a wonderful day.
So long.
Gosh, it's so long.
All right.
You should go there first.
Yeah, just go to the clerk. They'll find someone to help you get that info.
And I'm gonna ask them for all the documents pertaining to the case.
Right. Yeah. here we go. So they still all working and that's it? As far as we know?
Yeah, everybody's still working through mediation.
Okay. Maybe if they will. Go back. You know, go back to that. That's right. For the safety there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, all right.
Rainy days don't seem so wet.